And with that, I would yield to the gentleman from Indiana.
Madam Speaker, I thank the gentleman from Arizona. Just an observation here. I know our president said earlier today that we don't need a constitutional amendment to do our jobs. He was referring, of course, to this debt limit debate and our insistence here in the House that we get some serious spending cuts in conjunction with that debt limit and come up with a plan to get our debt under control in the longer term. Well, my response to this idea that we don't need a constitutional amendment to do our jobs, first I look to the Constitution itself. Article 5 of the Constitution, the first phrase there is pretty clear. Quote, "The Congress, whenever 2/3 of both houses shall deem it necessary, shall propose amendments to this Constitution." I'd say it's our duty when we deem it necessary to go ahead and propound constitutional amendments to solve various problems here that we think need to be addressed within our federal government. So first, we are duty-bound to put forward such a solution. Second, history bears out. There are many examples where institutionally or culturally or historically, the time has arisen for certain improvements in our way of government. And so we've put forth some fine amendments, like, say, the 19th Amendment, which gave women the guaranteed right to vote. I think that's a fine thing. I think it was important that Congress put forth amendments to guarantee women's right to vote so that we would do our job. It was necessary. It was necessary to put forth that amendment, just as it's necessary to put forth a constitutional balanced budget amendment. And then I guess the final thing I would say is it's necessary that we pass a constitutional balanced budget amendment as part of this Cut, Cap, and Balance Act of 2011 because it's the only viable plan that we have on the table right now. What is the President's plan to get our budget back into balance? I asked that time and again. I have not seen any sort of acceptable answer. So we need to bind the hands of our political class. I think this Cut, Cap, and Balance Act, which my colleagues have been speaking to over recent minutes, is a very responsible direction to go, and I commend it for the consideration of my friends across the aisle as well. I yield back.
And I thank